Snow White. Once upon a time, there lived a very vain queen. She gazed at herself in mirrors all day. One of the mirrors was magical, and when the queen looked in it, she said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" The mirror replied, "Beautiful queen, so proud and tall, you are the fairest one of all." One day the queen asked the mirror her usual question, and the mirror replied, "Beautiful queen, so proud and tall, Snow White is the fairest one of all." The queen flew into a terrible rage. Princess Snow White was her stepdaughter, and the queen was already very jealous of her. She commanded her huntsman to take her Snow White into the forest and kill her. The huntsman obeyed, but when he came to kill Snow White, he pitied her and set her free. So Snow White wandered through the trees and found a little house. She was so tired that when there was no reply to her knocking, she let herself in and lay down on a little bed and fell asleep. When she woke up, she was surrounded by dwarfs. Who are you?" they asked kindly. Snow White told them her story, and they decided that they must stay with them. Snow White happily agreed. Far away in the palace, the queen asked the mirror who was now the most beautiful. It replied, "Beautiful queen, so proud and tall, you were once the fairest of all, but now Snow White lives with the dwarfs, so small, and she is the fairest one of all." The queen was furious that Snow White was still alive, so she disguised herself as a peddler woman and traveled to the dwarf's house. When the peddler woman knocked on the door, Snow White bought some ribbons for her bodice. "Let me help you lace them properly," said the wicked queen, and she pulled them tighter and tighter until Snow White could not breathe and fell as if dead. When the dwarfs came home, they cut the ribbons, and Snow White revived. The dwarfs told Snow White never to let anyone into the house again. Meanwhile, the queen spoke to her mirror again, but the mirror said, "Beautiful queen, so proud and tall, Snow White is the fairest one of all." This time the queen shook with rage. "Snow White shall die," she cried. She poured poison into one half of a rosy apple. She found Snow White in the garden of the dwarf's house. "Take this red apple as a present, my dear," said the evil woman. "Oh, I must not," said Snow White. "I will cut it in half and eat it with you," said the wily queen. Snow White bit into her half of the apple and fell dead at the queen's feet. When the dwarfs found her, they tried every remedy, but they could not rouse her. At last, they sorrowfully admitted that she was dead. She looked so beautiful that they made her a glass coffin and wrote in letters of gold on the lid, "Snow White, a royal princess, placing it on a mountain." A prince came by and saw the glass coffin. He gazed at the beautiful princess inside. The dwarfs told the prince her sad story. I cannot live without looking at her, said the prince. Please let me take her with me. At first, the dwarfs refused, but in the end, they were sorry for the prince and agreed. As the prince's servant raised the coffin, one of them tripped and the jolt shook the piece of poisoned apple from Snow White's throat. She opened her eyes and sitting up saw the prince. I love you more than anything in the world, he said. Please marry me. So she did. She rode away with her prince, taking the dwarf's wedding gift, a beautiful fawn. When the wicked queen heard about the wedding of Snow White, she burst her heart with rage and died.